So my name is Peter, and I'm a leader and a singer and a guitarist in a band called VADER. And we're promoting the new album called Welcome to the Morbid Rake. We're here in Dublin. That's a very basic question, really. Life, everything which is happening around me, everything that influenced me in my life. So it's, of course, first of all the art, like books, movies, music, and anything like that. But anything which is like happening, I just mentioned before, stories, accidents, my experience like in life. So everything is enough reason to write a song about. You know, today Poland is a country which spread out worldwide a lot of good names under the flag called death metal. So this is nothing shocking. I would rather say that extreme metal, death metal, black metal, thrash metal is like 90% or if not more of all metal existing in our country. Why? That's a good question. It's because maybe a life, maybe because people in Poland like to scream loud and to express in this kind of way. I don't know, just this is what's personally, this is how I feel and how I like to talk to the crowd about my feelings in my life, my emotions. And how was it at the beginning? So that's always a good question. Also a good question. We were among those bands who were pioneers in extreme metal in Poland. We had our own influences in the bands, Polish bands like Cat, TSA, Turbo, but also like the bands who really infected us at the beginning. Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, Saxon, all those names, the famous names today. We wanted to do that more extreme, and after the extreme aggressive punk bands make that combination with hard rock, created bands like Slayer and Metallica with their first albums. They changed everything. Same us. So we started playing more aggressive because Saxon Motorhead, they were not aggressive enough for us anymore. So that's happened in '84, '85 between, and this is like the real beginning of the VADER you know today. And unfortunately, from all those bands, we were among of like from '80s. It's not too many, almost nobody survived the time, but us. So that's as I say, like we're not alone. We're not the only band who started extreme metal. We're the only one who survived the time. Well, it's really hard to say because I think every minute, you know, it's important in life. But okay, out of philosophy, definitely '83 because that was the beginning. There was a time I met this Biggie, and together we just started VADER. First, we had a name, Terror, but that was shortly. Imagine the band today being called Terror. Totally freaky, but whatever. So '83 definitely, then '88 when Doc joined the band as a drummer, because with him we have recorded the first demo tape in '89 called Necrolist, and all this story started in this year. Then year after that, '90, and the second demo tape, Morbid Rake. Why demo tape? Because of that demo, we signed a deal with Agrö for a debut album, for which we had to wait almost 10 years. And since '93, when we crossed the border to the west, and since we had the very first tour with Bolter and Grave, the VADER started to spread the disease around the world. I don't know, we're just following always like what we wanted to do, and we try to get through all the problems, a lot of problems we have in a way, and passion, and that's probably the most important factor we really need to do this good. I think today too many bands, they see success as a point of interest just at the beginning. And I think this is the wrong way. Of course, like everybody want to be famous, but if you want to start to be a metalhead and you want to be famous just at the beginning, not too many bands can really survive this the hard way to the top. As long as Ozzy Osbourne is not your uncle, it's better to be more serious than that and the hard work. Greenland, I mean the green as a color of land and color close to the natural. It's like a factor I really love. Beer, Guinness, of course, and IRA, this the fraction fighting for liberation. You may expect anything. Definitely a good show. So VADER is one of those bands for which stage is a meaning of life. Metal is meaning of life, is a meaning of metal, and VADER is pretty much metal. So since the beginning, 90% of all we do is playing shows on stage, alive. So I think after almost 30 years, so we're pretty good to express ourselves in this way. So definitely we try to satisfy everybody. We had a new album just recorded, so we're gonna focus on that. Unfortunately, we don't have so much time because in 15 minutes it's really hard to perform exactly what you want. But we're gonna try to mix, which is new and which is kind of like a classic for VADER. Shows, that's the first of all, that's why we tour, right? To play live, to show the new music, to satisfy people, fans. The low point is definitely staying out of families and friends for so long time. So, and actually this is the biggest problem when you professional musicians at all. So, since we started to tour and play 100, 150 shows every year, so we're really missing families every time. But this is how we live. This is why we have families, because we understand each other, and why we did that. So I'm always like very proud if we have opportunity to play in your great land, and Ireland always welcome us very good, and we always proud to be guests in this beautiful land. So can't wait to stay on the stage and give the power for you.